Continue with our great American panel. All right, one last political question. You worked for Clinton.
I did.
Would we be better off with Hillary Clinton as president?
I think Hillary Clinton is doing an amazing job as Secretary of State. I think she would be an amazing president.
I did not ask you that. Did I ask that question, Bill Cunningham?
I'm waiting for an answer from this guy.
No, I was a big supporter of Hillary Clinton. I think she'd do an amazing job in the office.
All right. Would we be better off with her instead of Obama?
You know what? History is unfortunately not going to be able to answer that question. I think she would be a great president.
I'm asking for your perspective.
I think she would make a great president. Always have, always will.
Would she be a better president than Obama?
It's possible.
Bill Cunningham, did you get an answer out of that?
Well, that's a typical Democrat, that the obvious truth doesn't apply, so you beat around the issue so you confuse people, the viewers, into thinking something that isn't true. Let me ask you a question.
I don't even know what he just said.
Father, does he need to go to confession, this guy?
Bless me, Father, for he has sinned.
We talked before the show.
I asked for a pre-confession, but he wouldn't.
Oh, he wouldn't. There's no such thing as
I said you have to at least be, have some sort of sorrow before, asking for forgiveness.
Right. I'm not sorry for being a big fan of Hillary Clinton, though.
From the Latin, that change one's heart. So you voted for Obama in the end, and I'm asking you if you have a change of heart and you think that you think he's failed.
To answer your question explicitly, I voted for Hillary Clinton over Barack Obama in the primary.
Okay. Do you think that Hillary would have been a better? Do you think Hillary? Do you think Hillary? I forgot my own question. Help me out, Cunningham.
Would Hillary have been a better president than Obama? Yes or no?
It's possible.
That's as good as we're going to get.
All right, let me move on. All these attacks against Governor Palin, Michelle Bachmann. Let me just show you one. This is Bill Maher. I mean, as vicious as it gets, typical, quintessential, and he's getting angrier by the day. Here he is.
I don't want to be crass, but I just hope that Marcus Bachmann takes all that, that rage that comes from repression and denial and brings it into the bedroom with her. And I hope he her angrily because that's how I would, and I've thought about it.
Just so you don't get charges of sexism because only Michelle Bachmann was. I sometimes think about this on a Rick Santorum.
Now, he said a lot worse, and we played it in the last couple of nights, and we called on the National Organization for Women to see if they'd step up. Here's what they said. Bill Maher and his show are known for crass humor, including sexist slurs, but this time it was the guests who overstepped acceptable satirical boundaries, veering into hateful and violent territory. Well, he's the one the week before that was calling the MILFs.
Sean Hannity, remember a few years ago, Senator Bob Packwood allegedly tapped a female staffer on the behind. The Democratic women and Now gang marched up the steps of the Senate to haul Bob Packwood out of office. When Clinton had his difficulties, you couldn't find a Now member with a search warrant. And now that this kind of stuff's going on about female anatomy parts, you can't find people like Bernard criticizing anything.
Bill Maher does make say some things that make me cringe, but Bill Maher ain't Bob Packwood or President Clinton. He is a comedian. He's a satirist. That's what he does.
Let me ask you, if Ronald Reagan had done in the Oval Office what Bill Clinton had done in the Oval Office, what would now have done to Reagan?
The American people are better off because Bill Clinton was...
Can you answer a question?
The American people are better off because Bill Clinton was president.
Answer his question.
What would have happened if Ronald Reagan did exactly the same thing to an intern that Bill Clinton had done? What would now have done to Ronald Reagan?
I suspect the same things that you guys did to Bill Clinton.
But they didn't do anything about Clinton. They voted for him, endorsed him when he ran for re-election. Nothing happened.
And you spent 2 years trying to throw him out of office.
We got a priest to put moral perspective on.
No, let's be honest. Bill Maher is a comedian, but he does talk and propose and carry forth an agenda that is very serious. And it is an anti-religion, anti-Judeo-Christian values agenda. He's very clear about it. He hates this stuff.
And he kisses Obama's backside.
No, he hates organized religion. He uses the comic world in order to carry out such an agenda. He himself would say it, and he would say it in a very serious agenda, and now should stand up and recognize that and say, we are not going to let him hide behind satire and doing these very sexist, nasty things on his show. Imagine if you did those things on your show, Sean.
He is an equal opportunity offender. I give him that.
No, he's not. He's a liberal suck-up, and that's it. It's all, and he's gotten angry, and he's not funny anymore. It's all the time we have left, and we'll see you tomorrow night.